Shifting focus now to the controversy and the mystery that surrounds the Iranian passenger jet that had a bomb threat, an alleged bomb threat while it was in Indian airspace. It landed at its destination in China a few hours ago, but mystery continues to shroud it. We're given to understand that the plane has been halted at the runway. These are the visuals on your screens. The plane is still on the tarmac. It hasn't been allowed to leave. The passengers are also there on the tarmac from what we can see. This is a video that has been tweeted and is going viral now on social media. Abhishek, my colleague, now joins us for more on this. Now, Abhishek, Iranian airline came out to say that there was no bomb threat. All of that was fake. The passengers were safe. Why then, even after an hour or so after it landed in Guangzhou in China, is the flight still on the tarmac?
Okay, so there must be some sanitization work going on where the securities will try to totally negate any possibility of any compromised safety situation. The bomb scare that was denied or asked to be disregarded by the Iranian authorities it still required this plane to be totally checked by the Chinese authorities, because when the plane has landed in Guangzhou, it was still sort of emergency landing that was made. Passengers were, we have seen the visuals where passengers are allowed to deboard the plane and they were moving towards the airport, walking on the tarmac. But the security agencies will certainly do the required protocol, that is to secure the plane in order to have all safety measures rechecked, all plane, every corner of the plane rechecked, whether or not those bomb scare was a threat, a hoax. Apparently some passengers will also be asked, and the pilot will also be asked to furnish details as to in what circumstances he was so compromised that he asked a country which was not to be the destination of that plane, the air traffic control of Delhi, to request for an emergency landing in Delhi. And when the requests were denied, why did he leave that airspace and came back to the destination that is Guangzhou in China? So all these paraphernalia will have to be done. Only then the certainty of the situation will be able to be come to an end.
Absolutely. There are many unanswered questions, and until investigation takes place, perhaps from the Chinese side, will we get some more answers? Because as far as the Iranian side is concerned, Abhishek, they have completely dismissed any bomb threat. They said that all of it was hoax, it was all fake, and it was perhaps an attempt to try and spoil the peace in the domestic and international situation that we live in.
But we know that despite the fact that China's Iranian side has issued this press release, something that went on when the plane was in air is still not very clear, because the pilot did ask Delhi Air Traffic Control's permission to land, and it was an emergency landing. After that, we saw visuals on the flight, the tracker, how the pilot of the plane tried to make some roundabouts around Delhi, and then he proceeded further to east, where going from the eastern Indian states to Dhaka and Myanmar, and then further he went ahead to his destination, to China. So it was clearly a security breach, something that needs a thorough investigation, because almost 340 passengers were believed to be on plane, and it was quite a risk that could have happened with the life and the safety of all those passengers. So everything that is possible to have happened while the plane was in air needs to be checked and confirmed. Probably we'll see some issuance of some detailed reports from the authorities once the plane has now landed and the passengers are now allowed to be deboarded and walk down to airport. Certainly there will be some questions that will be asked to passengers and the pilots and the other crew members also as to what has actually happened when the plane was in air. And then we'll be able to know what security breaches took place, that pilot was so compromised that he had to ask for an emergency landing in Delhi.
Absolutely. And after asking for that emergency landing, when that option was denied to him, but two other options were provided, there was absolute radio silence from the other side. They denied to either land at Jaipur or Chandigarh as suggested by the Indian ATC, and then just proceeded on into Indian airspace for about an hour and a half or 2 hours before they actually exited the Indian airspace onto their final destination.
It was quite a situation that was alarming, because we saw that in fighter jet planes were also scrambled from the Jodhpur airbase only, where there was another formal ceremony of LCS induction was going on, where Defense Minister Rajnath Singh was also present. However, with the scrambling of air jet, it really looked a scary situation. However, the planes maintained a safe distance from that Iranian plane and continued to escort that plane as long as it was in the air of Indian air zone. However, when the Iranian side asked Indian traffic controllers, air traffic controllers, to disregard any such bomb scare, and apparently there is no need to worry. Probably by that time only Indian authorities went down with their panic situation, and the plane was allowed to proceed further away from the Indian airspace.
Right, stay on with me. Group Captain MJ Agustin also with us on this broadcast, and help us put this in perspective, sir, because there really is a mystery over the last 5 to 6 hours of what exactly happened on board this plane. At about 10:30 is when the Indian ATC got a call about this alleged bomb threat. There were IF jets that were scrambled after that because the pilot refused to land at the two options that were given to him. For 2 hours or so, it was over Indian airspace before it exited towards its final destination. But the airline comes out and says that all of this was hoax, it's fake.
How was it hoax? The information was conveyed. If it was hoax, why did he make 3-4 orbits? I mean, I was expecting this kind of leap opposite to come as the moment it landed, because Mahan Airlines was waki Mahan in terms of money, in terms of reach, everything.
Right, as far as the protocols are concerned, if there is even a suspected bomb threat, once, the crew and the pilot actually speak to the ATC, the nearest possible airport where you can land is what you're expected to do. But